I replayed Dawn of War 3 so you don't have to. Is it still a bad Dawn of War game? Sadly, yes. Is it an altogether bad game? No, it is actually a decent game. Is it epic? Damn right it is. You have to fuck up pretty hard to make something feel unepic in this universe. We are talking about Warhammer 40k after all. So, if you are still here after getting the answers you came for, welcome to my channel. I am Edellnn and today we are going to talk about Dawn of War 3. Back then, I loved the massive battles of Dawn of War 1 and hated the squad-based gameplay of Dawn of War 2. So I was pretty hyped for Dawn of War 3. I will be honest, I actually liked the game back then. I played for about 5 or 6 hours, then I quit. Why? Because I was a fucking retard, that's why. My friends kept talking about how bad the game was, and I just wanted to be part of the pack. So I uninstalled it and jumped on the hate train. That's why I barely remember anything about the game or what it was actually like back then. It's been 9 years since its release, and considering its bad launch, plus the upcoming Warhammer 40k games like Dawn of War 4 or Total War Warhammer 40k, I thought maybe Dawn of War 3 wasn't that bad and deserved a second chance. The game clearly wanted to mix Dawn of War 2 with the first game to appease fans of both. It has less base building and the heroes or elites are the main focus of the game. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Imagine you are playing a MOBA like League of Legends. The minions are now your space marines and you can actually control them. They are there to support your main characters, the elites, or to delay the arrival of enemy heroes. I have to say, it is not a bad gameplay mechanic. You might enjoy it if you like playing games like League of Legends. But considering this is Warhammer 40k, where basically everything is overpowered, well, except maybe the Imperial Guard, although even they have their own kind of opinions through sheer numbers, it feels just weird when your 10 squads of Space Marines can't kill a single Eldar elite. You start wondering, why are Space Marines the minions instead of the Imperial Guard? Because realistically, one regular Space Marine should be enough to hold the line. Alright, I get it. Maybe they were going for the idea that even among gods, there are those who are mightier than others. That's probably why Space Marines or huge orc boys are treated as regular units. But it just doesn't feel right. The heroes have levels too. Some are amazing early on but start falling off later in the game. Others, like the Titans, are ridiculously powerful that once you get one or two of them, you barely need any other units anymore. It completely messes with the balance. Of course, you can always try to finish your opponent before they earn enough elite points to summon their late monsters by focusing on the elites you unlock at the start of the match. But why bother? Just gather all the elite points, hold the line with your minions, and then smash your enemies with your titans. The story mode is, well, it exists, and I really hate it. Look, I don't read Warhammer books or play the tabletop game. Most of what I know comes from Wikipedia, YouTube videos, and the games I have played. But even I can tell they completely fucked up the lore in the story mode. It just doesn't feel like Warhammer. Also, there are only three races: Space Marines, Orcs, and Eldar. They clearly planned to release the other races as DLCs to make more money, but they probably dropped that idea because the game died before they had the chance. And you can't even choose which races campaign you want to play because they are all part of the same storyline. There is no campaign mode like in Dawn of War 1, where you fight the AI to conquer a planet. So after a couple of hours in the story mode, there's basically nothing left to do if you don't want to play multiplayer. And you can't really play multiplayer anymore because, well, nobody plays the game anymore. The whole game was clearly designed around multiplayer. You can level up your elite units, customize them, and build your own loadout. For example, in the base game, you can't build defensive turrets, but through the multiplayer progression system, you can unlock a skill that lets you build them. Since nobody plays the game anymore, I didn't even bother with the customizations or loadouts. At least there is a skirmish mode where you can fight against the AI and level up your elites. But honestly, who cares? You can throw together almost any build and beat the AI without much effort. Like I said, Dawn of War 3 is a decent game with decent gameplay, but it isn't Dawn of War anymore. If they had released it under a different name, like Warhammer 40k MOBA, they might have actually made a successful game. But calling a MOBA inspired game Dawn of War just feels wrong. If you are looking for a Warhammer strategy game to play while waiting for Total War Warhammer 40k or Dawn of War 4, and the first Dawn of War game looks too old for you, you can definitely grab this one on sale and enjoy a few skirmishes here and there. Just don't expect too much from the game. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Ciao.